The softness you've been running from is the strength you've been looking for. Welcome to the Soft Girl Era podcast, where we empower and inspire Black professionals, business leaders, and entrepreneurs to rise with grace and resilience. I'm your host, Leanne Dolce, pronounced Dole say like sweet softness whispered in French. And today I want to share something with you that recently cracked me wide open in the most beautiful, necessary way. I had the profound honor of sitting down with Talaina Page, a woman who has dedicated her life to helping others navigate the complicated, messy, beautiful terrain of love and loss. Talaina doesn't just talk about transformation, she lives it. She's someone who packed up her entire life, moved across the country, and started over, not because she was running from something, but because she was running toward herself. Her work centers on helping people, especially Black women, understand that the ups and downs we experience with family, friends, and romantic partners aren't obstacles to our growth. They are the curriculum. And her wisdom, her courage to turn personal pain into purpose is exactly what our community needs right now because we've been strong for so long that we forgot softness is where the real power lives. So let's talk about something nobody prepares you for: love and loss, not the Instagram version, not the highlight reel where everything is filtered and captioned with inspiration. I'm talking about the raw, unfiltered, devastating, liberating truth about what happens when the people we care about most, our family, our friends, our lovers, fall apart right in front of us. And more importantly, how we can rebuild ourselves stronger, softer, and more whole on the other side. Here's what I've learned: love and loss aren't opposites, they're dance partners. And if you've been paying any attention to your life at all, you know they've been waltzing through your living room uninvited for years. They show up at the worst times. They disrupt your plans. They force you to feel things you'd rather avoid. And yet, they teach you more about who you are than any success ever could. We live in a world that taught us survival. As Black women, especially those of us in our late 30s, 40s, 50s, we learned early that being strong wasn't optional. It was currency, it was armor. It was the price of admission to every room we entered. We held down households while working full time jobs. We led teams while battling imposter syndrome. We carried communities on our backs while smiling through the weight. Because to do anything less would be to confirm every stereotype, every doubt, every whisper that said we weren't enough. And somewhere in all that grinding, we lost the ability to just be, to feel, to grieve without guilt, to love without armor. We became experts at compartmentalizing, at pushing through, at showing up even when we were falling apart inside. And we told ourselves it was strength. But here's the truth: that wasn't strength, that was survival. And survival, while necessary, is not the same as living. Tulane reminded me during our conversation that the full spectrum of emotions and relationships, the highs of love and the lows of loss, they teach us resilience, but only if we let ourselves feel it all. Without judgment, without rushing to fix it, without pretending we're fine when we're falling apart. Think about it. How many times have you swallowed your hurt because you didn't want to burden anyone? How many times have you kept showing up for people who stopped showing up for you because saying no felt selfish? How many times have you convinced yourself that rest is for people who don't have as much on their plate as you do? I see you, I know you because I've been you. And that's where the first lesson from Telena's journey lands. Embrace the full spectrum. Stop running from the pain. Stop apologizing for the joy. Let yourself feel the heartbreak when a friendship fizzles. Let yourself cry when family disappoints you. Let yourself laugh until your stomach hurts when love surprises you. Because all of it, every single emotion, is teaching you how to be human. And being human is the only way to be whole. We've been conditioned to believe that emotional control equals emotional maturity, that if we're crying, we're weak, that if we're angry, we're difficult, that if we're too happy, we're naive. But what if the real maturity is in allowing ourselves to feel everything without shame? What if the real power isn't saying this hurts and I'm going to let it hurt? Because on the other side of this pain is a version of me that's more compassionate, more grounded, more free. Now let's talk about boundaries. Oh, boundaries, the word we all know we need, but somehow feel guilty about enforcing. Talaina spoke about setting gentle boundaries with assured conviction. And I want to sit with that for a second. Gentle, assured, not harsh, not apologetic, just clear. Whether it's a romantic partner who's drifting or family expectations that feel like they're crushing your chest, or friends who only call when they need something. Boundaries are how you protect your peace. And here's the thing, you don't need to explain them, you don't need to justify them, you just need to honor them. I think about the women in our community who've been taught that saying no is rude, that protecting your energy is selfish, that putting yourself first makes you a bad daughter, a bad friend, a bad partner. And I want to tell you with all the love in my heart, that's a lie. A boundary isn't a wall, it's a door. And you get to decide who walks through it. Telena's own story of moving across the country to start over successfully is proof of this. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do for yourself is leave. Leave the city, leave the relationship, leave the version of yourself that's been shrinking to make everyone else comfortable, and rebuild. Which brings me to the third lesson: rebuild stronger after every ending. Loss, whether it's a breakup, a falling out, or a death, it's not the end of your story, it's a doorway, a painful, terrifying, necessary doorway to reinvention. And on the other side of that door, a version of you that's softer, wiser, and more aligned with who you're meant to be. Let me share three stories that illustrate this beautifully. Three Black women who turned love and loss into a masterclass in resilience. First, Iyanla Van Zant. If you know her work, you know she doesn't sugarcoat anything. Iyanla navigated profound love and loss with her daughter Jamia in the 1990s amid family estrangements and romantic betrayals that would have broken most people. Losing Jamia to cancer while grappling with her own history of abusive partnerships and fractured family ties left her in emotional devastation. The kind of devastation that makes you question everything: your faith, your purpose, your will to keep going. But here's what she did: she didn't bypass the pain, she didn't pretend it didn't exist. She turned to spiritual practices, therapy, and writing. She set firm boundaries with toxic friends who drained her energy. She rebuilt through self forgiveness, which is perhaps the hardest work any of us will ever do. And she emerged with unbreakable resilience, authoring bestsellers like Yesterday I Cried and eventually hosting Fix My Life on OWN, where she's empowered millions with raw vulnerability. Yanla revolutionized self help for Black women by normalizing grief in relationships and fostering community healing. She showed us that you don't have to have it all together to help others, that your wounds, when tended to with care, can become your greatest source of wisdom. She walked through the fire and came out the other side, not unscathed, but transformed. Then there's Tracy Ellis Ross, actress, producer, daughter of Diana Ross. Tracy faced love and loss in high profile romances and shifting family dynamics in Hollywood. Public breakups that played out in tabloids, the pain of parental distance, evolving friendships amid fame that created isolation and self doubt. She could have let all of that harden her. She could have built walls so high that no one could ever hurt her again. But she didn't. Instead, she prioritized solo healing through therapy, creative expression like her work on Blackish, and curating authentic circles with assured boundary setting. She found deeper self love and fulfilling platonic bonds, free from relational chaos. And she launched Pattern Beauty, embodying radiant reinvention post loss. Tracy inspired Black professionals to value emotional independence, shifting cultural narratives on singlehood and sisterhood. She proved that you don't need a partner to be whole, you just need yourself. And when you're whole on your own, the people who come into your life enhance you, they don't complete you. And finally, Serena Williams, tennis icon, mother, entrepreneur. Serena endured love and loss through injuries derailing her career, romantic uncertainties, and family strains in her journey to motherhood. Postpartum complications nearly fatal in 2017, combined with partner Alexis Ohanian's evolving role and friend and family tensions under pressure, could have broken her. She nearly died bringing her daughter into the world, and in that moment, everything she thought she knew about strength was redefined. She leaned on therapy, faith, and open communication to navigate grief, forging deeper romantic bonds with vulnerability. She welcomed daughter Olympia, stronger in love and legacy building. Serena secured 23 Grand Slams, launched Serena Ventures, turning pain into powerhouse ventures. She empowered Black women entrepreneurs to integrate personal losses into professional dominance, redefining relational success. She didn't let loss define her. She let it refine her. These women, Iyanla, Tracy, Serena, they didn't avoid the heartbreak. They didn't pretend it didn't hurt. They felt it, they honored it, they set boundaries, they rebuilt, and they came back softer and stronger, not one or the other, both. That's the work Talaina is inviting us into, not the work of hustling harder, not the work of proving ourselves, the work of releasing the cape, the work of redefining strength, the work of embracing softness as a radical act of self love. So here's what I want you to do, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, right now, this week. Identify one relationship, family, friend, or partner that's causing complicated ups and downs, the one that's draining you, the one that makes you feel small, the one you keep making excuses for because you're afraid of what it means to let go. Journal the emotions honestly. Don't censor yourself. Don't try to make it pretty. Don't worry about grammar or spelling or whether it makes sense. Just write what's true. Write until your hand hurts. Write until you cry. Write until you feel lighter. The set one clear boundary. Maybe it's saying no to a request that drains you. Maybe it's having a hard conversation you've been avoiding for months, maybe years. Maybe it's taking space from someone who doesn't respect your peace. Whatever it is, do it with gentle conviction, not anger, not guilt, just clarity. And finally, take a small step toward rebuilding, like Talaina's bold cross country move, like Ayanla's therapy sessions, like Tracy's solo healing, like Serena's vulnerability. One step. That's all it takes to start. One conversation, one boundary, one moment of choosing yourself. Because here's the truth, love and loss will keep showing up. They're not going anywhere, but you get to decide how you move through them. You get to decide whether you shrink or expand, whether you harden or soften, whether you survive or thrive. And I'm here to tell you from the bottom of my heart that softness is not weakness. Softness is the bravest thing you can choose. Softness is how you reclaim your joy. Softness is how you protect your peace. Softness is how you honor the woman you're becoming. Talaina's message is clear. Navigating love and loss with family, friends, and romantic partners is messy, it's painful, it's transformative, and it's worth it. Because on the other side of every ending is a new beginning, a softer, more authentic, more powerful you. It's new. So I'm challenging you today. Stop waiting for permission to feel. Stop apologizing for taking up space. Stop shrinking to make others comfortable. Your softness is not a flaw, it's your superpower. It's the thing that will heal you, connect you, and set you free. Release the cape, redefine strength, embrace softness, heal in real time. Protect your peace as a practice and turn your survival into something sacred. This is your soft girl era. And it starts the moment you decide that you are worthy of the same love, grace, and tenderness you've been giving everyone else. The world doesn't need you to be stronger, it needs you to be softer. And that, my friend, is the revolution.